But how do you really differentiate yourself, when, I guess is what I'm asking, compared to like such a competitive landscape?
There's always going to be a younger and prettier girl out there.
Right.
There's always going to do that. I think that's where it comes down to. So it's funny. So I did shoot today for UFC.
Right.
But if you look at my page, I pretty much completely stopped photo shoots. And I stopped them because I just didn't see what value that brought to anyone anymore. I'm like, here's a photo that I think I look better in than I do in real life. like how does that, you know, like, is it ego that I'm feeding? Like, what's the purpose? So for me, it was just more so relating to people, being vulnerable, which like sometimes I would like write a post and then just be like, do I really want to do it? Like even yesterday I put like, you know, about anxiety, right? And originally I had put, I had suffered from anxiety, and I'm like, hang on, I still suffer from this, right?
Right.
So I'm like, be real, Ainsley, like you still do. And I think it's like this facade that sometimes you just have to realize, like, it's okay not to be perfect, and that's definitely something I struggled with. You know, on Instagram before it was all photos. So people were doing, half of them were photoshopped.
Everybody wants to be perfect,
like, and then I think just getting that feedback, like now that people, maybe there was a point in time where that was what it was, like who had the prettiest photo.
Yeah, right.
But now I think people just appreciate the raw. Like I can tell you that a photo shoot for a photo versus something that's just raw, like no makeup, just woke up in the morning, talking about how you're uncomfortable or, you know, how you're down that day or whatever the case is, just resonates so much more with people where they're able to relate to that. And I think that that's really what it comes down to now, and like how you're able to differentiate between everyone else out there. It's not just another pretty face. It's how do you know, how does that person relate back to you? I remember I would always ask my female friends, like especially one of my assistants, I would ask her take on it. Like, hey, like who do you follow and why? And there was one of my friends one time that had said there's a very big female influencer, I don't want to name who she is, but she was like, you know, this girl is absolutely beautiful, but I don't follow her because she's unrealistic to me. I'm never gonna get there. Like I follow people who is someone that I can relate to, that I feel like I can aspire to be, but not some form of something that just looks absolutely so perfect that I feel I can never be that. Because what ends up happening is it drags them down. And I think that that's a big thing with influencers too. Like at least me, I personally stopped looking at other people's pages. Because then sometimes like you take everything for face value. You think that while they're doing this, that, and it makes you feel worse about yourself. And most of the time, like, it's not even really what's going on behind the scenes. They're struggling just as much as you are. They're going through stuff. They're unhappy. So I think that that's something that can just really mess with people's heads. So just being vulnerable allows people to realize, like, wow, like she's not perfect. She goes through things. Like, she still goes through anxiety. She has down days. You know, and as much as I want to try to spread positivity and be this bubbly, happy person all the time, like, there's still days that I'm not, you know?